That is actually phenomenal. And
I've said it for a while, man. Hollywood has a huge budget management issue. They do. Look what you can make, and look at what a great story. Because yeah, maybe some of the effects are fine. Maybe some of the effects are not up to par at the moment. Sure, that's like a fair criticism.
it was also
But
2015.
musically speaking, yeah, but also the 2010 2016 had some of the strongest CGI.
It's true.
Arguably better than it looks now, for some fucking reason. So yes, you could make that fucking argument. But what I'm saying is, the story though, the music, the cast, that it's so well managed, and every penny fucking went to the right place. Because music wise, this is one of the best music scores we've heard this whole year.
Oh yes.
Number two, acting wise, there is no weak actor here. There actually
Everybody
wasn't
was
even
so
there wasn't even one
freaking
moment where I was like, well, that was a bit fucking you.
Yeah, no, everything was so standout. I love it. I think it's because of the fantastical world that you're being introduced into. A lot of the dramatic nuances of the acting are actually welcomed. You actually welcome them with open arms, similar to what happened with RRR when I first watched it.
Yeah.
The obnoxious kind of like cinematography of like, you know, flying and holding in air for like so long. It makes sense for it to be the way it is, because the fantastical perspective and the world building aspect of this, it's so enticing.
It's unbelievable.
It is so fascinating. And I actually love the fact that you get to appreciate the scenery, because
Agreed.
a lot of the scenery wasn't like real. A lot of the stuff was CGI. A lot of the stuff was like made in computers. But everything is so honest and organic.
Oh, they
It
made
was really cool.
They made like
Like a series.
yeah, and Hotstar specials, like
Ah,
animated version of BAAHUBALI.
look at that. That's so cool.
He has a Netflix documentary that came out in August.
Modern
I'm talking about
Masters.
SS Rajamouli, called Modern Masters, and it's BAAHUBALI in the back.
No, but
I think it's
gonna lie.
RRR, or maybe it's that. It looks like
BAAHUBALI.
BAAHUBALI, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was probably one of his biggest things that he has made. Obviously, RRR is like became
Stunningly
globally
great.
insane.
Yeah, stunningly great.
Um,
I loved it.
wow,
this.
what an interesting like.
This was so freaking great. Let's talk about the music though.
Yeah,
Oh, I feel like a lot of the scenes that were really important were carried by the songs
agreed.
and the singers.
I think without the songs being as strong as they were, I think
lot
this
of the
movie would have fallen
yeah.
quite flat.
Correct. A lot of the scenes could have fallen flat, especially because look at that. They got a cool poster. Especially that because the sequences were like slow-mo and a lot of like action based, and if you don't have a good music score, it just feels a little out of place.
Agreed.
It feels like it's not dynamic enough. They picked incredible vocalists.
Yep.
I think both female and male vocalists were absolutely top notch. I enjoyed the fact that you had so much nuance in both of the vocalists. You had so much to go from the stacked harmony layers.
Yep.
Because if you pay attention to a conventional music production for a lot of tracks for the songs in films, the harmony layers are often used as another instrumental part of the song to create more of a sonic depth to whatever's happening in the scene. However, in this particular master of the tracks, they brought forward the harmony stacks, so they feel like they're another entity in the song. It's like they're another character that's being present in the tracks, and I find that so incredibly cool.
Most tracks were recorded by the same singers, except also Kiravani, the actual music director and composer.
Very
He also
cool.
sings. And the only track that was like quite different. I mean, Kartik is the only name we recognize from the Telugu version that we just watched. The only name was different in the Tamil version. Was Kailash Kher ended up singing Muchile Tiyumai, which is Pacha Botasi. So maybe we should probably give that a watch. I am interested to see what Kailash Kher did.
He's cool though. I find like he has some of the coolest vocal colors.
Yeah. Also, it seems the Telugu version of stuff is like the most popular in terms of views on YouTube. Like if you look at the T-series, like Tamil version, if you look at the Telugu is like way more popular.
It makes sense. It's a very tasty language, though. You
Yeah,
know?
agreed. Like even the trailer's like way more popular in Telugu. Let's give it a watch. 3, 2, 1. Oh, is there a reveal scene?
What a vocalist! What a vocalist! What a singer!
20 acres. Oh, we get to see a bit of the behind the scenes.
Oh, this is really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of the actual structures, like the battle scene. I was thinking logistically, how did they built things?
I told you, man. I mean, obviously, it's
They built a set.
1,000 man power per day. Oh my god, you
Dude,
mad
they
bastards.
built the actual set.
200 days of construction. Yeah, because some of it looked too tangible.
real.
Yeah.
That's a real set.
Wow, that's nuts.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm telling you. Hollywood has a
$21 million
budgeting
though?
issue, man. Tell you they have a
How did
budgeting
they
issue.
do that?
Also, I mean, you know, costs of labor and stuff like that probably lower there.
I guess.
Um,
No, I want to see more behind the scenes footage. How? What? The making of. Guys, please request a documentary on the making of this film.
tune
Please.
in on the weekend, mate.
Please, I want to see the making of this.
Not tune in on the weekend. Tune in on the stream, and then yeah, we can check out some of the behind the scenes of this stuff.
That is so freaking cool.
BAAHUBALI Telugu. Like the Telugu stuff is like so popular.
Yes, it's
100 million. I mean, the Tamil stuff, to be fair, it also has like hundreds of millions as well. I actually, weirdly enough, I liked it more in Telugu. That song,
Yes, I agree. I think it had more of a punch.
and I like Kailash Kher. Obviously, there's nothing against the language of Kailash. I don't know. If maybe the first time we heard it, maybe it makes that big of an impact. I have no idea.
Maybe, yeah, I think it has to do with like a recency bias and like how it was placed.
And he
However,
sings
though-
quite a few songs actually. The composer
Okay, very cool.
Monima was one of the female vocalists. Ramya Behara.
Okay, I have to say the female vocalists were absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, the female vocalist, man.
In terms of like outstanding performances, like absolutely like hands down, everybody, the whole cast.
Isn't it funny as
The whole
well?
cast was like, you must deserve praise.
Isn't it funny as well how in the first half of the movie, which arguably is like 70% of the movie, because the fight scene, which is the later half of the movie, it's not 50% of the movie, because we were already an hour and 45
That's
minutes
right.
in.
It's like
The actual fight scene was like
like
40
30%.
minutes. Yeah. But isn't it funny how the first hour and a half felt like
So fast.
mate,
moving
chapter after
quick,
chapter after chapter.
quick.
And then the fight scene has this obviously big reveal, and I think time management wise, plot management wise, and it really knows where it's going to have its climax. It really knows what it has at hand. And music numbers wise, the most impressive music numbers happen in that first hour and 30 minutes. The least impressive music numbers actually happening during the fight scene, because it's a way more, it's a way more traditional, expected utilization of the music score, of the composition. Probably one of the hardest parts to create music for, because it requires so much manpower. You do want orchestral arrangements, symphonies. However, the most impressive part of that album,
The epicness.
correct, yeah, it is an epic production. But the first hour and a half of that movie has the most complex, musically complex and interesting songs. And they aid so much on the tempo and how the movie's being carried. And then towards the last sort of 45, 30 minutes of the film, you start to feel literally, it's like it's aggravating. It starts to get desperating. Like, oh my God, what the fuck? Where are we going? And then you get this big ass release. Because I sort of saw it coming a minute before. Because it's like the big trade. Because it's so obvious that if he wasn't going to die in the battlefield like
Somebody's betraying him.
obviously the brother's going to betray him. So you're being misled this whole way in the movie. And then all of a sudden it's Katapa. You're like, what the fuck? And all of your worries and everything, they like all your desperate feeling go away. And now it's just confusion and what the fuck and disbelief. Because now part 2, the conclusion. You know?
I know, but here's the thing, because this is a film that was meant to be commercial, which did exactly the numbers that they were expecting, if not better.
But I mean, if this would have been a commercial flop,
I would wonder why, because it's fabulous.
No, I think this would
However,
have ruined him as well, mate. I think they took so many
much-
gambles
yeah,
here. They did so much work.
Power, so much manpower here. Anyways, yeah, this is monumental. But because it's a commercial movie, it has a few commercial songs, like three.
About two
has-
that arguably you could make the argument that actually they did come out of nowhere. Their love song.
The love song was very,
Was
very
out of
random.
nowhere,
That
yeah.
was very random.
Uh,
And the scene where they're like drunk, and the drunk scene.
But that one was more congruent. It made more sense plot-wise.
No, but here's the thing. I don't have an issue with them.
Neither.
I usually do with
Neither, get
with the commercial songs.
The Bulbulea songs.
'Cause
You
they-
guys know
they-
what I'm talking
They
about.
feel so out of place. They don't, like, you can skip it and it will have absolutely no effect on the
I
plot.
call them the Bulbulea songs.
Yes, it has absolutely no effect on the plot whatsoever. It's like it's there for the numbers.
Yep.
But I liked what happened here. I was really roped into, because of the fantastical aspect of it all,
Yeah.
the fantastical realism. Some of these numbers fall into that obnoxious kind of like idea. So if you are accepting that this man was hanging off of a cliff to get to his love that he didn't even know yet, then you accept the fact that he fell in love overnight and they eloped overnight over a song, because it all makes sense. Like the direction and the script writing was very clear in what they wanted to do.
It makes sense under the premises of that world. It doesn't have to make sense in the rational world, because this is an irrational movie.
No, but if you're watching the timeline, if you're watching the film, and you have absolutely no resistance towards the timeline or how the events are happening, it means it's very well thought through.
Agreed.
It means that the process of the script writing as well as the integrating of the songs was very well thought through, and I am really satisfied with this.
I would be obviously very intrigued into watching the sequel, and I would presume we sort of have to do it quite soon, because I want the
resolution.
I want the anticipation, and we get the obvious advantage that because we don't have to wait for the 2 years that people had to wait for the sequel, we can do it right now. So let us know if you'd obviously be interested. And of course, next week's movie has to be a bit different. We were planning on doing Guzarish. It's just the theme is a bit heavy, and we sort of know where the movie's going.
It's a drama. It's a romantic.
It's a drama, and I
yes.
wasn't really in the mood to be like, mate. No, because I know I'm not gonna cry, but after, man, I feel like shit. Because I know it's a stand-up performance from everything we've heard.
I don't think it's I think it's a sad ending.
I like living, bruv.
But it's not. I don't think it makes you feel like crap at the end.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
see.
it's gonna be like
Yeah, bet.
bet.
I bet. Anyways, let us know what you guys thoughts about. Thank you so much to all the members for showing us so much support. To everyone who's watching us and you're liking, subscribing, watching these videos, you truly also mean the world to us. And without you, none of this would exist.
And please don't hold back on your comments and conversations. Please share it in the comments below or DM us and stuff. We read them.
Yeah,
This
we read
is
fan mail
exciting.
as well. Or if you guys like to send us fan mail, you can send fan mail to this channel. And goodbye.
Adios.